Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Viv Productions video. If you guys remember in my last video I showed you that there was going to be a industrial swap around. Well, if you want to see that swap around come to life, watch this video. You'll like it. Talk to you later. Oh, by the way, there might even be a little test run at the end of this video. Interesting. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to BNSS 6951, a Vinny Viv Productions video. Hi, I'm Vinny and I will be your host. The content you'll find on this channel would be layout run obsessions, layout updates, tips, tricks, and techniques on scratch builds, and kit bashing, how-tos, live streams, and some rail fanning. Then please consider to hit that subscribe button. And after you hit that subscribe button, please hit that bell. This way you'll get notified every time I do an upload video or a scratch build or a live stream. Finally, if you can give me one of those, I would really appreciate it because that would help my analytics with YouTube. If you enjoy all of this stuff, then let's get on with this video. We'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back to another layout update on my Peavine subdivision of the BNSF Railroad. Anyhow, for the longest time I've always been talking about this yard being behind the lumber facilities. Now if you guys remember, I had my lumber facilities over here and I always said that I did not have enough room to add the yard here. But I started brainstorming one day, and I'm saying to myself, well, back here is Grand Avenue or US 60, and going in this direction is north. And if I look over this way from my car window, I would see the lumberyard. So what I am going to do is I am going to swap spots with the ethanol plant that I was planning to put here to the lumber facilities are now going to occupy this space, and then everything would be correct. So as I'm traveling north and I look over this way, I would see the lumber facilities, and then behind the lumber facilities, I would see the yard. So with that being said, let's go ahead and put some buildings in and see what it looks like. This will be the new home for the ethanol plant right here, and I have to make one minor change with the track. As you can see right here, it used to go off on an angle. Now it's going to just go off straight like that. Alright, so with all that being said, let's start putting some buildings in place. We'll be right back. Alright guys, as we are traveling north on Grand Avenue or US 60, it is called both, the first lumber facility you're going to come to is going to be this Builders Express, and the way these are set up is that from this angle you would be seeing the backs of the buildings, but I am actually going to turn them around because this way I can see all my details that I'm going to be putting inside the buildings. So that would go there, and then this would be the office building, and again it should be facing opposite, but I'm facing it this way. And then there was a smaller shed that actually got hooked up to this building. Just like that. So that would be Builders Express. Now we're going to come over to this side, and this is going to be Hutig. So Hutig, again the buildings are all going to be reversed. So here would be the office, and then the first storage shed. Now they, from what I understand, they produce windows and doors and stuff like that. So we will have some of that stuff here. So these would be like one of the workshops where they actually manufacture the products that they do sell. And this would be another storage shed would be going back here. And then one more workshop or storage shed, whatever you want to call it, will be back here. Most of this is going to get cinder ballast all in here, and this will just be a little bit of concrete right there. Anyhow, that's what's going to happen here. Now let's move over to the other side and see how the other part of this transformation is going to take place. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright, so now we're over on the other side of the layout where the lumber facilities used to be. And as you can see, I got quite a bit of real estate right here that my ethanol plant's going to take care of. Now I only had like one track change is right here, where you can see the track used to go off on an angle. All I did was take it and straighten it out and add a second track in there. I still got to figure out where I'm going to put a little bit of a storage yard. But anyhow, I'm going to get the buildings and start putting the buildings in place, and we'll see how this is all going to look. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Alright guys, we're going to start placing the buildings in here, and this side here is going to be my hopper unloading. And so I just moved this track right here, I moved it inwards a little bit so I'd have enough clearance. But the good thing about making this swap is that before, where it was before, I could not get my truck unloading facility, which would go right here. So after this is in place, and now these are just temporary, I might change these around, I'm not sure yet. The next building that we're going to place would be what they call the energy center. So that's going to go in there like that. Now you can already see I have plenty of room for vehicles to get around in here. Alright, the next one is going to be the processing center. And let's see, we're going to move a little bit down here like this. The processing center is an approximate location of where it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere close to this position right here. Something like that. Which now gives me a road access to come in here and do what I got to do over here, because there's going to be tanks and stuff there. Now finally, well not finally, but the next move is going to be putting my tanks in there. Now I decided I'm going to use only the large tanks because I have all the plumbing that goes along with it. So that's going to go something like that. And then there'll be unloading docks in here. Let's see. I'll be using the two smaller tanks. Let me turn this around again. I'll be using the two smaller tanks right here as water tanks. Water storage. And so that's basically how it's going to go. I'm still going to do some more detailing and stuff like that. I have like a big empty spot right here. I got to figure out, maybe I could put a couple outbuildings in there, which I do have a couple outbuildings. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the tanks and stuff that belongs here, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it's all going to look like. Stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright, so let's do a quick overview of what this area is going to look like. So this would be the Hutig building supply, and then we'll move on down the road. Now that road right there, oops, is going to be North 35th Avenue. And now we'll come around to this side, and this is Builders Express. I staged a couple of cars and locomotives in there just to give you an idea what it's going to look like. I still got to put all the lumber loads and stuff like that in there. Now we're going to come around to the ethanol plant, and as you can see, got all my tanks in there, my tanks and so on down there, and those two tanks right there are going to be for water. I think I mentioned that already. And then we have more buildings down there. With that building right there would be the processing building. This guy here is called the energy building, and then of course we have the hopper unloading. And then again, where you see the second elevator, that's where the truck unloading is going to be, on that side. Alright, and then we got the processing center down there, And then we got the 2 large HO scale tanks. Hope you guys and gals like this, and let's see what else we can get on into. Alright, we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye for now. Alright guys, as we continue on with this relocation of my industries, we're going to cut in the turnout I need right here. This track is already loose, as you can see, so all I need to do actually is just pull it out of the joiners, hopefully. Yep, just like that. And what I'm going to put in its place is this Micro Engineering number 6 left-hand turnout. And it should just slide right in there, hopefully. Well, you know what, I got to take these guys out. Yeah, there we go. This should be a pretty fun area to work also. Let's see. Is my head in the way? Well, that was pretty easy, I think. Yeah, that's in there. It's got a little bit of a gap right there. I gotta see if I can fix that before I go any further. And this side, they're both in. Just seems that one rail is longer than the other. But I'll see how the rolling stock rolls across that. Alright, next we're just gonna add the piece of track I just took out of here and put him in place. Of course he's gonna have to be cut down. Maybe. Yeah, we'll cut him down at the back side. Back here. I don't know if you guys can see that all the way back there. I'm going to turn you guys around a little bit. Alright. So, my handy dandy Zuron rail nippers. I'm just going to cut off a little. I don't think I'm going to have this road back here anymore. If I keep this full length, I can get 6 tankers on each track, and that'll look pretty good, I think. So we're just going to cut a little bit off of here. There you go. So now, move this down. That'd be perfect right there. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and hook up these 2 tracks, and I think we're not going to have to do any modification to the electrical system. Maybe. I'm not sure. So stay tuned and let me hook up this track and see if we can get a locomotive running in there. Be back shortly. Alright guys, as you can see, I now have my turnout installed, and I also have my 2 track installed. And what's going to be here is going to be a concrete foundation for the unloading and loading facility pumps and whatever, all the way down to the back right there. And this, I had to jump a couple of wires back there. On these micro engineering track, if you don't have good continuity in your points, you're going to have problems. So that's why the jumper wires are there. But anyhow, check this out. Alright, so now I have my oil unloading facility operational. The next thing for me to do is to do the same thing on the hopper unloading facility. So with all that being said, we'll be back in a little bit, and hopefully I'll have all of this running the way it should be. So we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye for now. Alright, now we're going to test out the hopper trackers to see if it's all working. So let's give that a shot. I think we might even do a mini op session here today. Alright, going to track number 2. And we're looking good there. And let's come back. And let's switch over to track number 1. And it looks like we're working pretty good. So, with all of that being said, I think we're going to do a mini op session here. We're just going to move a couple of cars around and see how it all works out. So with all that being said, stay tuned and we'll be back in a few minutes. Get some cars staged. That would be the track these locomotives would sit on while they're waiting for work. Alright, so with that being said, we will stop this video and be back in a little bit. Alright guys, this mini op session is going to be just to see if everything is working the way I want it to work. So the 2 locomotives here are 2 SD40s, number 6792 and 6951, sorry about that. So we're going to pick up 2 hoppers on track number 2 and put them on the siding that the locomotives are sitting on now. And then we're going to pick up 2 tankers that are on track number 1 and put them on the same siding. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's get this show on the road. Alright, so here we go. Get these locomotives running. I did say track number 2. All right, let's go back and get the right ones. I'm going to pick up the hoppers on number 2. That was my mistake. All right, let's go get them. And we got good hookup. And let's bring these guys out through the siding that we just came out of. Now the next move is going to be a runaround, and it's kind of a long runaround. So let's unhook our hoppers here. Okay, and we'll take the locomotives. Okay, I didn't realize that we were going to have a little problem right here. Come on. Alright, that should be enough. Let me do that. Guess we had a little dirty track right there. Yeah, we need to clean up the track. I have not cleaned the track. And we're going to go into track number 1 to pick up these tankers. Sorry if my arm was in the way. Oops, 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 oops. Come back. Yeah, we got to get used to doing all these turnouts and switching and the camera and all of that stuff. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and pick up those little tankers right there. And I think we got hookup. And now we'll come back and put them right behind the 2 hoppers. Alright, now that our cars are spotted on the side, we're going to take the locomotives and just park them on track number 2 at the hopper unloading shed. I made the same mistake again. Oops. Alright, we'll take it a different way. Alright, so we'll just park these locomotives here and we'll call it good for today. And I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 of Any Bit Productions video out for now.